What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Trinity, and well, today I finally bring you the Hero Yubel combo video that you guys have probably been dying for, so you could actually learn how to play this deck. Trying to do this probably in the quickest way possible, just so that way you guys don't have to spend too much time on the video. But of course, if you're new to the channel, please destroy that thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button for me today if you are new to the channel. And well, I will say, for the most part, I don't really recommend this deck to anybody who's not really familiar with just the hero cards themselves in general. You have to just really know the deck, like very, very, very well. Not just like, oh, I played it a few times, I know how to play hero. No, I mean, like, you really need to know this deck. Being able to throw any kind of engine into it at all, to where you have to realize, like, okay, what is the safest thing for me to do? Do I need to just commit to just only my hero stuff? Or can I partially do my hero things, then do the other part of the engine that I have? Because it's like, certain hands will be like, okay, I can do my hero stuff this amount and still end on a very, very strong board without even needing to use my link monsters, which will lock me into heroes only, and then use my Yubel line. So that's just the kind of thing you have to like discover for yourself. Because I have people in the comments like, well, if you use Super Paul and you use Yubel, you can't use the link monsters. So I'm like, well, yeah, that's the whole point. Like, if you don't end up needing the link monsters, then you can do your Yubel stuff, or strictly use Yubel only for defensive purposes only, which can happen because you can literally use Nightmare Pain to search for Spirit of Yubel, and then also have Spirit of Neos in your hand, so that way you are completely protected during the battle phase and you will not die losing half your life because of Hero Lives. Because if you have Hero Lives and you have Nightmare Pain with a Spirit of Yubel, you're safe in that battle phase as long as they don't have a way to negate, but they gotta fight your board regardless anyway. So by the time they do that, they're gonna already use up some negates or some kind of disruption for their, them trying to break your board. And then when they go battle phase, here comes the Spirit of Yubel, here comes the Spirit of Neos. They can't kill you. Then you start your turn and you just completely blow them away with all the Yubel stuff and all that. But of course, I just wanted to give that a brief intro for how this deck really works into, like, a quick perspective for just wasting just a couple of minutes of this video. But without further ado, guys, let's just go ahead and start with these combos. All right, you guys, so as normal, I'm gonna give the deck a good old shuffle. Here's our field center. I'll try to use everything I can where you can see what these hands might look like. Swear. Alright, we got a 1-for-1 reinforcements and end shuffle. This is actually pretty perfect. I want to start with, we could start with Yubel because of the 1-for-1, but let's go ahead and actually start with our hero line. So let's go reinforcements and grab us a copy of Elemental Hero Stratos. Let's go ahead and normal summon Stratos. Use Stratos' effect. We could go ahead and grab Ferris if we really, really wanted to. But in this case, let's actually go ahead and grab us a copy of Shadow Mist. Now what I'm going to do is use the end shuffle, shuffling Stratos away. We'll grab Spirit of Neos. And now we will use Spirit of Neos effect to grab us a copy of... We can either grab the Counter Trap, or we can grab a copy of Polymerization. Because we're pretty much gonna have the Vision Hero line, we really could just go for the Counter Trap. So let's go ahead and actually just do that. Let's grab the Counter Trap. Protection of the Elements. Then we're gonna use Spirit of Neos effect to tag himself out. See, now that we have the regular copy of Neos out on the field, now we no longer need to use Infernal Divisor to search for him. So now let's go ahead and use 1-for-1. And let's actually send the Shadow Mist to the graveyard. And now we're gonna special summon a copy of Lotus from the deck. Now, of course, that's gonna trigger Shadow Mist's effect. Let's go ahead and grab that Vision Hero Ferris. Now that we have Vision Hero Ferris in our hand, let's go ahead and use Lotus effect, tag Lotus out. Special summon Spirit of Yubel. Use Spirit of Yubel's effect So we could grab Nightmare Pain, which I definitely want to have because Nightmare Pain just forces your opponent to attack your Yubel monsters. So we'll go ahead and grab Nightmare Pain. Now what we'll do is we'll reveal the Ferris, pitching the Malicious out of our hand. Summon Vision Hero Ferris. Use Ferris's effect, of course, to get us our increase. That's the one thing that's good about these Vision Hero, you guys, is that they only lock you into the extra deck. So that way we can still use our Vision Hero plays for this as well. That's the one thing I just really, really love. But anyway, you got Increase effect. We'll tribute our Ferris, using Increase's effect to get ourselves a copy of Vion. But now that we've got, we didn't have any ways of searching our Liquid Soldier, in which we will definitely want him. So let's actually use Vion's effect to send our Liquid Soldier to the graveyard. Then we'll use Vion to banish Ferris from the graveyard to grab us a copy of Polymerization. Now, the one link that we still do have access to is Wonder Driver. And as you know, we haven't used our Malicious effect yet. I kind of put him in the banish for some reason. Let's go into our Wonder Driver. So now we have Wonder Driver. That's like the one link monster we can use. Now we'll go Destiny Hero Malicious effect. Get us our Malicious. Now we'll go Polymerization, fusing the Neos and the Malicious to actually make Sunrise. And we'll actually do it under the Wonder Driver. So we'll go Wonder Driver 1, target the Polymerization in the grave, and then Chainlink 2 Sunrise, grabbing us our copy of Miracle Fusion. So here comes Miracle Fusion. Then Wonder Driver will reset Polymerization to the field. So that way, if we can make DPE, we have access to it. Now what we'll do, now we'll actually activate the Miracle Fusion using, of course, Neos and Liquid Soldier as material. Of course, making us our Infernal Rage, triggering Liquid Soldier's effect, Chainlink 1, Liquid Soldier, and then Chainlink 2, Infernal Rage, grabbing us our favorite card. So we'll grab Favorite Contact. We'll draw our 2. Kind of dropped my cards, so I had to pick them up. Then we'll draw our 2. And it so happens to be an Imperm and a Polymerization. So we've got our back zones kind of be blown up. So let's actually discard the Lotus here. And since we used a normal hero monster, we could tag out into Aqua Neos to rip a card out of their hand if we really wanted to. But I want to kind of preserve this hand. So let's actually go Nightmare Pain, use Nightmare Pain. We will actually need to destroy our Spirit of Yubel. So that way we can grab Eternal Favorite, therefore triggering Yubel's effect to summon out a copy of Yubel. So unfortunately we didn't have access to making DPE, but that is perfectly fine. We still have access to literally a lot of our stuff, right? Because now we have everything here. We have our Polymerization face down just in case we definitely needed it, but now we can keep this Polymerization in our hand. So we can set our Eternal Favorite, our Favorite Contact, and our Protection of the Elements. And yeah, and then unfortunately, if you really wanted to set your Imperms, you can. But our zones are pretty full, you guys. So yeah, we're just really loaded. But I don't even think they'd be getting through this regardless anyway. So yeah, and I mean, if you really wanted to, you could use this Polymerization to turn, I guess, these two into Wake Up Your Hero. And then that would free that zone. And then you can set an Imperm pretty much in this column. And of course, during the end phase, you guys, Yubel's gonna have to go off, so we can use Lotus effect first to summon itself, and then of course Yubel's effect to trigger the Lotus, so that way she stays on the field in order to pretty much just blow your opponent out, you guys. So now we have a Favorite Contact to make Shiny Neos, Protection of the Elements. I usually like to banish Sunrise, so that way we have a boss monster to come back. We have the Shining Neos Wingman with that, you know, because then you just blow away their entire board with Shining Neos. Then you have the Eternal Favorite. I'd probably discard the probably imperm because they're not going to need it. You'll definitely need, you know, the polymerization just in case. So then you'd have the Spirit of Yubel, and then the imperm here, and they're just not breaking any of that. And if they even kill this, that allows you to special summon, and then you can do Stratos, and then Stratos could just search the Spirit of Neos. Like, there's just a lot that this deck can do, you guys. Get another one going. That one was kind of good just because we were able to use both of our engines, and it's just really just knowing the deck, you guys, or just how confident you feel in going with one side more than the other. So let's see. Liquid, Miracle, Stratos, Hero Lives, and a Crosskeeper. See, like, we have just kind of like a standard hero hand here, but we can still try to see if we can dig into getting ourselves the Yubel package anyway. So of course, let's go ahead and start with Hero Lives. We want to prevent normal summoning as much as possible. That way, if we see the Lotus, we can just go ahead and do that. And now Stratos here, we can grab Ferris, or we can just go ahead and grab Spirit of Neo since he can kind of do the same thing. Go ahead and grab Ferris, actually. Now we have Ferris in our hand, we can go ahead and do our Vision Hero line. Because we have Miracle Fusion already in our hand, I'm actually going to go Ferris effect, pitch the Liquid Soldier, summon Ferris, use Ferris effect to get Increase. Now Increase will trigger off, using Increase's effect to get Vion. Summon Vion, use Vion's effect. Let's actually go ahead and send Shadow Mist, and then Shadow Mist effect will go off. We'll search for a hero monster. So let's go ahead and grab Spirit of Neo, so that way we can try to avoid going into Infernal Divisor to search for Neos. Now we'll use Vion's effect, of course, search for Polymerization. Now because we already have the Miracle Fusion, I don't think there's any reason to make Sunrise. So let's go ahead and use Vion and Increase. Summon out our Wonder Driver. And then this is the thing, you guys. If you don't see, you know, the hero line, the Yubel stuff, you just basically just make your regular hero board. So now let's use Crosskeeper's effect, special the Spirit of Neos out onto the field. Because we can search Favorite Contact and you then use Infernal Rage to get Eternal Favorite. But I still want to play it safe and grab the Counter Trap with his effect. Then of course use Spirit of Neos effect, tag himself out. For regular Neos, we will actually just go ahead and activate Miracle Fusion, banishing the Neos and the Liquid Soldier from the graveyard in order to make our Infernal Rage, and I think we'll actually do that underneath the Wonder Driver. So now we will go Chainlink 1, Wonder Driver, target Miracle Fusion to reset, Chainlink 2, Liquid Soldier, and then Chainlink 3, Infernal Rage. The reason why I haven't used Crosskeeper is because I want to see what kind of cards I draw first instead of drawing 4 cards, and then, you know, based on that, because we can just tag out Infernal Rage for Sunrise or Aqua Neos in order to see another 2 cards. So of course we'll go Infernal Rage effect. Let's go ahead and grab that Favorite Contact, and then of course, you know, so you guys can see, we're gonna shuffle the deck, draw 2 cards, 1 for 1, and Polymerization. That is absolutely perfect. So the card we will discard, we could discard the Stratos, but we do need a monster card for, you know, 1 for 1. So we have 2 copies of Polymerization, so let's go ahead and discard the first one. And then of course Wonder Driver is resetting the Miracle Fusion. So since we have 1 for 1, we don't really need to, you know, normal summon the Lotus anymore. But let's go ahead and use Infernal Rage's effect to tag out for our Aqua Neo, so that way we can use our Crosskeeper's effect as well. So as soon as Aqua Neo hits the field, we'll trigger Crosskeeper's effect to draw 2 more cards. So here, I'll shuffle it again just so you guys don't think I'm stacking onto the deck. So we'll shuffle, and then we'll draw 2. And it happens to be a Spirit of Yubel and an Impermanence. Well, we're going to get ourselves a Spirit of Yubel anyway, so we'll go ahead and put Spirit of Yubel on the bottom of the deck. So now we can just go ahead and normal summon Stratos, use Stratos effect. We will actually grab a copy of Destiny Hero Malicious because we need to make DPE this time, because we definitely need him to go off with this. So now we have Destiny Hero Malicious in our hand, and we will go ahead and actually go ahead and 1 for 1, sending the Malicious to the graveyard in order to special summon our Lotus. We will now go Lotus effect, tribute herself. Special summon Spirit of Yubel. Use Spirit of Yubel's effect. We will go ahead and grab Nightmare Pain. Let's go ahead and activate Destiny Hero Malicious effect. Summon out a copy of Destiny Hero Malicious. Now, if you want to use Aqua Neos effect, you can, right? But you just have to risk sacrificing a card. But I really don't plan on doing that. So let's go ahead and actually just use the polymerization here on our Aqua Neos and Malicious. So now we finally have our copy of Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer out onto the field. All right, this is looking real good. So now we saved our Miracle Fusion. So let's use our Aqua Neos and I guess our copy of Vion. It doesn't really matter what we banish at this point. Unless we want to free up some of our monster zones, let's go ahead and use up a Stratos on our side of the field in order to wake up your elemental hero. So now we have a good target for DPE to pop just in case we need a monster search or just anything to special, because having wake up to pop is just a really good thing to go into. Now let's just go ahead and activate our Nightmare Pain. Now instead of popping the Yubel to special Yubel, if you don't really want to go that way, you can actually use just Nightmare Pain's effect, destroy Phoenix, and now we'll grab ourselves our Eternal Favorite, and then of course on the new chain link we'll activate Phoenix Enforcer's effect in the graveyard in order for him to special summon to our side of the field. But if you want that extra card to discard, I would recommend hitting the Spirit of Yubel in order to get Yubel. You would just have to tribute another monster like Stratos in order for her to go to your hand. But I like to use Nightmare Pain to destroy Phoenix just in case. But for this particular situation, because we do want to set our back row, we will actually use Nightmare Pain to destroy Yubel instead. And then of course we already did grab our Eternal Favorite, therefore triggering Spirit of Yubel's effect because she got destroyed. We will special summon, of course, Yubel to our side of the field. And then that's pretty much going to be it for our board, you guys. So we'll have Nightmare Pain here. We'll set Protection of the Elements, set a Favorite Contact, set Impermanence, and then set Eternal Favorite. And then during the end phase, we'll activate Lotus effect. We'll actually have her return to our hand. And then, of course, Yubel, we will tribute off our Stratos. And then that's pretty much our board, you guys. And then it's pretty strong. So we have an Imperm for negate. We have, Favorite Contact in order to make Shining Neos to blow up the board. Protection of the Elements. Even though if we banish our Wake Up, he won't really get his attack or his kind of effect anymore since he's returned. But we still have a counter trap, which is pretty good, so we can use that on him. And then of course we have Phoenix for disruption, and then Eternal Favorite by discarding the Lotus, fusing Yubel off with anything they've got to make the Loving Defender Forever. There's just a lot of things that your opponent has to fight through. And then if they don't manage to get through that, Protection's gonna bring back, Wake Up your hero. You'll draw for turn. Phoenix will return, triggering Wonder Driver, resetting Miracle or Polymerization or whatever you need, and then your opponent is just blown away, you guys.
Alright, you guys, that's pretty much just gonna be it for this video. And sit down, take some time, learn these combos. If you really want to just really like this deck, you just need to take the time and do some combos yourselves, learning everything that you can possibly do. Be brave and take it to locals sometime. But yeah, there's a lot you can do with this deck, you guys. But I'm gonna just go ahead and keep this short and sweet, and hit that thumbs up button for me if you're new, and the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one.